right, Travis Hunter played obviously receiver and DB. We'll start with him at cornerback. I thought he looked really good. Yes, he missed the one tackle, took a bad angle against the running back. But overall, your thoughts on him?
Man, he's quicker than advertised. I saw him release on one of those DBs, and he was open. So, quick. I still think he should be a defensive back, though, because I just think we need
natural.
it. I just think we need it more on defense.
Well, especially if Tyson Campbell's going to be out for a little while.
Wow. See?
We don't know. It's an undisclosed injury. He's day-to-day. He may not be out.
How does Tyson great camp? We've all said it.
Absolutely.
Great camp. Now, it's one game. Now, he's injured now, so we don't know how long he's going to be out. But how do you go from having a great camp to struggling in the first preseason? And it was only for a series, right? Maybe? 2?
The Cup, 2.
How long did he play for?
As
1
a
or 2?
receiver, he played 1 series.
No, I mean Tyson.
Tyson Campbell,
Tyson played probably the first 2 series.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, missed a tackle on a run where he was the free hitter. I mean, he was off coverage. That might have been the coaching issue. He got caught up in the wash trying to keep up with Robert Wood. Just seemed off his game where he'd been on his game most of camp.
I mean, that's a pressure-filled job out there. And it looks like he's just playing a little tight right now.
Okay.
I mean, that's all I can see. But, I mean, luckily it didn't count. And, I mean, hopefully you learn from this. That's the best thing. It's not season. Watch yourself, self-scout.
Okay.
Don't put so much pressure on yourself.
So talk about, just from a cornerback's perspective, if you went from a press to more of an off-ball, right, year to year, obviously not game to game, but just year to year, what kind of transition, getting used to type situations are we talking about maybe?
Now, that's the part that I see with a lot of these DBs now. Like, some of them are so athletic, all they've played all their whole lives is press and never really backpedaled.
Right.
And if you don't have a good, smooth backpedal to keep the separation, then you'll open your hips too early, which will have you not being able to break downhill.
Right.
And some guys can hold their backpedal longer because one thing with me, I wasn't the fastest, but I could flip my hips good, and I wouldn't lose speed on my transition. Some guys, they're so big they can't flip their hips. They're good straight line runners, but you have to have serious agility. You have to have fluid hips to play corner. I mean, a good example, I trained Minka Fitzpatrick in high school, and he was the best defensive back probably in the country, and he wanted to play corner, but I just saw the way he opened up. I'm like, man, you're probably better off at safety. Then he went to Pittsburgh and did what he did. But, it sometimes just fluid hips.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, Travis Hunter's got some fluid hips. He does look very natural when he's covering.
By the way, Tyson played 9 snaps.
Yeah,
so really only 1 series.
So speaking of that, because I know you're leading the charge of Travis Hunter being a defensive back in the NFL, but we were talking about this yesterday because Tyson Campbell's missed a lot of times the last couple years, and now he's injured now. If Tyson is not playing and your best 2 corners in that situation, let's say are Jarian and Travis Hunter, do you take that and you let him be that full-time DB over there?
I mean, I still think you can sprinkle him in on third down and situations. Because he will get the rest. He's not on special teams. So, he can get a series and maybe play. I mean, we get a good drive. What was it, one drive? 11 plays? If he can get 3 of those plays, he still can get some rest and still be effective. But right now, we just need him on defense a lot more, and that's what I see.
I think red zone, he'll be phenomenal on offense. And you saw the quick screen. If they block it right, he gets up that field wicked quick. I don't know if I necessarily like him doing all these different routes inside, and he can do it, you know what I mean? But if I really need him and defense is where I need him, I can see where you can sprinkle him in a couple quick screens, a couple deep posts, red zone. I mean, he can jump to the moon, get it up to him. I mean, he can be really effective in those kind of roles.
Because you know how I know if there's a guy playing on defense or offense that's a defender, we're trying to get him. He's being hunted every play.
Yeah, absolutely.
So all that dancing is not going to be good because those, you know how it is. Those D linemen are trained. As soon as that ball is thrown, they are tracking back. They're looking for something on the cutback, and he's not that big.
Well, you know what you saw in the game Saturday. They went after, a couple guys went after him a little bit extra. Number 10 gave him a little extra on the sideline. He fought right back.
They were John.
They were blocking a little extra, fighting a little extra. It was good. He's obviously going to have to deal with that. Like you said, people are going to take shots. Oh, you're the number 2 pick.
exactly.
Oh, they did what for you? Oh, guess what?
Oh,
Let's
you
see
wanna
if
play both ways.
Yeah. Well, he's so far, he looks really fluid in his coverage. And look,
It was
the
Roman
tackle.
Wilson, by the way.
Which, yeah.
The receiver, yeah.
His, the tackle that he missed, he's got to get his head on the other side. But I think he'll do better next time.
Do they work tackling like we work tackling?
No, they hit a bag and they land on a pad.
That's the answer.
I was
well,
watching
maybe
them
Mike
today.
Tomlin does because it looked like they could tackle.
Yeah.
They hit a bag and land on a pad. That's what they do.
At practice, they literally, the DBs, they get the bag and they drive the bag into the ground.
Yeah.
They don't drive receivers into the ground, at least during practice.
Yeah.
And that's the preseason nowadays. You got to worry about that. We're talking about you have to get those like calluses on your shoulders, like from hitting people.
Yeah.
And it's going to take a week or two. So hopefully next week we improve.
They were physical today. I mean,
I thought so.
Wingard gave Tank a nice hit for a safety, and then he celebrated, but it brought him to the ground, gave him a nice lick. They were getting after it a little bit today.
I love safeties. Because it's more rare. Yeah, it's so much fun.
Yeah.
So Dewey, as soon as he got the safety, obviously put his arms up in the safety pose.
Looked like walk like an Egyptian.
Yeah, he was. And then he moved his hips a little bit, did a little dance. It was fun. But watching, to me, this team on Saturday, I understand why people started to panic. Because the defense was awful last year, right? It was one of the worst in the league. Definitely the worst passing defense. And they've heard us say it at camp practices, or the people that have been, the fans that have been able to go, oh, they definitely look better. Coach Campanile, the scheme is going to be way better. And the pass rush is going to be better. There's pass rush depth, edge depth. And then they watch the game Saturday night, and it's like, all right, these are a lot of backups for the Steelers, and they still look just as bad as they did last year. And I feel like they think that we've been fooling them. And I don't think that we have. I think it was a very vanilla conservative approach on the defensive side, but that's all we have to go off of right now.
Yeah.
Well, you just want to put some plays on tape so that you can correct. You'd rather have a lot more mistakes in that first game because they need teaching tape because they don't have any tape of watching full speed like from last year or anything. So I feel like you just put your base in there and then you tinker with your blitzing and all that.
Well, look, I think from the defensive side, it felt a lot like last year. So you weren't expecting to feel that way. Now, granted, it's only one game, but you weren't expecting to feel that. You're like, you walked out of that arena, you walked away from the TV going, oh, well, they look a lot like last year on defense.
Yeah.
There's no push, there's no pressure. They're getting beat in coverage.
The scheme.
Yeah.
The scheme kind of looked like last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coverage.
Well, and I was going to it seemed like in that touchdown again, it felt like or looked like maybe cover 4 underneath with a cover 3 concept behind. Can you do that? I know you can, but did it feel that way? Because it felt like the safeties were going out to the flats.
So they buzz. That's a buzz.
Right, a buzz, right? And then over the top, there was the one single high safety in Murray. And then there was Tyson and then the other corner over there, whoever that was, Jerry. You know what I mean? So there's a 3 deep behind with a 4 underneath. I wonder, that's got to take time to get used to working, right? It seems a little
Cover 3 is cover 3.
Yeah, but cover 4 underneath is a little different. Cover 3 all the way around is different.
It's always 3 over top, 4 underneath.
Yeah.
But, I'm just watching it. I was watching. I was like, the first thing I said, they're not jamming them again.
Yeah.
They're just giving them free releases again.
Yeah.
And they have to start, stop backing out of there.
Yeah. Especially in the red zone.
You keep giving ground. The more ground you give, they're just going to sit.
Yeah.
And then, what you can see what Pittsburgh's all about this year. Get rid of the ball quick.
Yep.
And that's most offenses now because you got 6'5", 255-pound guys running
coming straight at you.
4.3, 4.4.
Yeah.
It's like the game is so much quicker and the rhythm of the throw has really going down, but it has to get rid of the ball in less than 3 seconds most times.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you think Travis Hunter can be a better corner than Tyson Campbell?
I don't want to. He probably already is.
Yeah, I was going to say, I would.
Because I think Tyson is more of that bump and run guy that I'm talking about. He played at Georgia, right?
Georgia.
Yeah, he was up in people's faces, and now you got him trying to backpedal, and that's a whole different game.
Yeah.
Another story. I trained C.J. Henderson before the combine, and he never backpedaled in his life. And I saw his backpedal. I said, what was that?
Yeah.
I really said that to him like that.
Well, you had told me there was a new, and this was years ago, maybe 5 years ago. There was a technique at corner. You'd press, but you'd open your hips right away and just try to run with them. You called it like a swinging gate or a gate.
It's a press bail.
Press bail. So it looks like you're pressing, but you don't press. You just kind of open up and then get on his outside hip or his inside hip.
That's kind of tough because
I don't even know how you do that.
You almost want to stay square down the middle of him because you could lose him behind you. And then what happens is in zone, you never want to lose your eyes off the quarterback. So zone, I play a guy that's the number one receiver, and then there's a slot guy inside. Well, the slot guy is the guy I'm watching. I play this guy with feel. So if you do that, you leave yourself susceptible to the
but you can play open to him, though, right? You don't have to be fully backpedaled. You can be turned towards that number 2 and see that number 1 out of the peripheral.
Yeah.
Which Lauren has no peripheral vision.
Just on the right-hand side. Left eye, good. Right eye, not so good.
Right corner. She's a right corner.
Yeah, that is correct.
That's right.
Which it is funny, playing soccer, I was always the right back. That was well before I had any eye issues, but I was always the right back.
Hey guys, Taylor Doll here. Thanks so much for checking out 1010XL Jaguars on YouTube. Now, before you click away, make sure you like this video and subscribe to this channel. And if you have any interest in some of the other team-specific channels, head over right now and subscribe on our 1010XL YouTube.